choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Friday, March 21, 2025. Today in history, on this day 340 years ago, German composer Johann Sebastian Bach was born. Known for masterpieces like the Brandenburg Concertos and the Well-Tempered Clavier, his legacy spans religious vocal works, cantatas, oratorios, solo pieces, concertos, orchestral suites, and chamber music. He is revered as the father of Western music. Welcome to today's Ching Chow Morning News. Let's start with political updates. Japanese PM Shigeru Ishiba's approval hits record low. According to Japanese news, polls published on March 17 showed growing public dissatisfaction with Ishiba. An Asahi Shimbun telephone poll found his support rate dropped from 40% last month to 26%, the lowest since he took office in October. Opposition to him rose to 59%, up 10 percentage points from the previous survey. The decline is largely attributed to public dissatisfaction with his distribution of 100,000 yen gift certificates to 15 newly elected Liberal Democratic Party members, which 75% opposed. The practice was criticized as a potential violation of the Political Funds Control Law, which prohibits cash or gift certificate donations for political activities. Ishiba stated he used his own money and did not break the law but acknowledged violating social norms and apologized. Philippine Senate probes legality of Duterte's arrest. According to reports from Manila, on March 17, the Philippine Senate will formally investigate the arrest and deportation of former President Rodrigo Duterte to the International Criminal Court. Senator Amy Marcos, chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, called for an urgent inquiry, citing concerns over national sovereignty. The Marcos and Duterte families have been at odds since the 2022 presidential election. However, Amy remains close to Duterte's eldest daughter, Vice President Sara. She previously opposed a House proposal to impeach Sara. U.S. airstrike targets Houthi forces. According to reports from Washington, U.S. President Trump recently ordered the largest military strike of his term against Houthi strongholds, including Sana'a and Sada province, in response to attacks on Red Sea shipping. The Houthis reported at least 31 deaths and 101 injuries, condemning the attack as a war crime and vowing retaliation. The Houthis have controlled much of Yemen for over a decade and are part of the pro-Iranian resistance axis, opposing Israel and the U.S. Since the Israeli-Hamas conflict in October 2023, they have repeatedly targeted merchant ships near Yemen, severely disrupting global shipping. Trump previously signed an order designating the Houthis as a foreign terrorist organization. Europe weighs conscription to counter Russia. According to reports from Paris, European countries are discussing reinstating conscription to strengthen their military against the Russian threat. An EU official stated that governments now see Russia as a greater threat than 3 years ago. To counter potential aggression, Europe may need 300,000 additional troops beyond its 1.47 million active soldiers, with conscription seen as the most effective way to achieve this. Since the Cold War, most European countries have abolished compulsory service, with only 9 retaining it, including Greece, Cyprus, Austria, Switzerland, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Norway, and Turkey. However, NATO's 5 largest European spenders, France, Germany, Britain, Italy, and Poland, do not plan to reintroduce conscription due to political and economic costs. Oracle eyes cloud center in Batam. Jakarta reported that Oracle is in talks with the Indonesian government to establish a cloud service center in Batam. According to sources, the Nongsa Digital Industrial Park is the preferred location due to Batam's free trade zone status, stable power supply, strict security, and proximity to Singapore and Malaysia. Oracle is expanding its data center footprint in Southeast Asia, having already launched cloud services in Singapore and Malaysia. In October last year, Malaysia announced Oracle's plan to invest over $6.5 billion in its first public cloud region there. Vietnam apartment fire kills 56, 8 sentenced. According to reports from Hanoi, a fire in an illegally built Hanoi apartment in 2023 killed 56 and injured 44. A court recently sentenced 8 people to prison. Apartment owner Nguyen Quang Minh received 12 years and was ordered to pay over 23.7 billion Vietnamese dong in compensation. 7 local officials received 30 months to 7 years for failing to report the violations and causing serious consequences. Vietnam legalized small apartment buildings in 2014 to address housing demand. Built mostly by private individuals, these low-cost apartments attract migrant workers but often lack fire safety approvals, posing significant risks. Starship to reach Mars by late 2026. According to Lianhe Xiaobao, SpaceX founder Elon Musk announced that the company's Starship rocket will carry Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus to Mars by late 2026. If the initial landing succeeds, human missions to Mars could begin in 2029. Starship, standing 403 feet tall, about 100 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty, is the most powerful spacecraft in the world and central to Musk's vision of Mars colonization. So far, it has undergone 8 test flights. In the latest test on March 6, the rocket's first stage booster was successfully recovered, but the second stage spacecraft exploded and lost contact, similar to its January test flight. According to the Wall Street Journal, polysilicon futures have declined recently, with the main PS2506 contract hitting a low of 43,070 yuan per ton since February 5, closing at 43,220 yuan per ton, down 1.61%. That's all for today's Qing Chao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.